as a native title lawyer, you must have a lot of resilience, Carolyn, because it must require incredible patience in working through the structures and the legislation that, as you say, doesn't give enough, and people's expectations. But it sounds as though you think there are overall some gains for Indigenous people, even though it doesn't do as much as one would hope.
Yes, and the difficulty is sometimes we're seen as the messenger who gets shot because we're not bringing good news.
Yes.
So that is always one of the difficulties. So I think, native title lawyers have to be resilient. The other interesting thing is, obviously, as a lawyer, when you have one client, you just sit down, you take instructions from that one client, whereas I'm taking instructions from a community and with all those different viewpoints. So there's a lot of interesting power plays and politics that we have to watch out for as well.
That'd be really tough, I think. Quite tough.
Yeah, and you never know what's going to come up when you turn up to a meeting.
No, yeah, and who might be wanting to shaft whom, really?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, quite difficult. Okay, and then you mentioned that for quite some time you've also been involved with the Anglican Church in their Aboriginal Ministry Policy Group. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Well, that's something that came, that's in the Perth Diocese, though it came out of a push also nationally. One of the things in Perth is that we haven't got that many Aboriginal Anglicans. So the few that we do have sort of are stretched quite a bit. But the idea was, I mean, we've done things like we've encouraged parishes to put up plaques acknowledging the traditional owners, or most of our area, the Noongar people, but of course in the Kalgoorlie area, you've got the Wongais and the others as well. I know our parish starts every service with an acknowledgement of country, and that happens at all big synod events and things like that too. We've produced a book, Christmas book in Noongar and English, so that's been quite popular. It's the nativity story with the nativity story done in Noongar with artwork. So you've got Noongar Mary and etc. and shepherds. Shepherds, they have to call them sheep workers because they didn't have a term for that, of course. So that's been a good project. So I suppose it's more, we have a regular yarning sort of session, just a simple thing that we organise in different places, different parishes over an afternoon, have some Aboriginal elders and others, and it's one chance for ordinary church people to actually sit down and meet and talk to Aboriginal people. So we pick a different topic and go around the diocese, around Perth. And the next one's on Aboriginal heritage, actually. So those are the key things.
I imagine that your own relationships with Aboriginal people are something that means that some would be willing to move into a yarning session with people they don't know and have a serious conversation. So your own relationships with the people you've come to know might actually help in being a bridge between those congregations and the Indigenous people you're working with.
Yes, I think the ones that do come along are people who are quite open to talking about these things, and they have got church background, so they are also particularly keen to I suppose to meet people and to explain their culture to people. As I said, the unfortunate thing is we haven't got that many around that the same ones do get used a lot, but we do try to, as we have it in different areas, we try to get elders from that area, so that's helpful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's very encouraging, and in a sense it's a bit of a model for what could happen in other places too.
Yes, I certainly think so. Yeah.